Newman drives. Oh, Carter with great hands and strip. Ahead of the pack. Showtime. Oh,
Oh, Richard Jefferson can't get it over Zoe, but then someone else can.
The first dunk that we're going to cover is this one from when he competed in the Olympics for Team USA. Carter came in out of nowhere to snag a steal, and then he bolted towards the rim, straight at a defender who tried to step in front of him and take a charge. The downside was that Carter literally just jumped clean over him. The guy looked like he was 7 feet tall, and Vince jumped straight over him like it was nothing. That just goes to show you how high Vince Carter could jump. And he was also flying on this next play while he was on the Memphis Grizzlies. The good old revenge game. Carter was taking on the Toronto Raptors late in his career, and he posted up Terrence Ross. Ross thought he had him, but Carter spun off of him with ease and then spun again while he flew underneath the rim. That's when he was able to get it back above the rim and cap the play off. There's a lot of guys out there 10 years younger than he was in this clip, and only a handful of them can do what we just saw.
he could score and score and score. Vince, pretty spin move. 360 Vince! You gotta be kidding me!
Now just wait until you check out this next time Carter shocked the world. Again, we're sticking with his time on the Grizzlies. This time they're going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Carter came out and refused to let his team lose this game. Every single time he rose up from behind the arc, he got it to drop. And that's not an exaggeration. The guy went out there and shot a perfect 8 for 8 from the field. This included 6 straight three-pointers and a beautiful slam dunk to cap it all off. Talk about an ageless wonder, right? Sometimes things just kind of work themselves out, and here Carter and the Atlanta Hawks were getting killed in this game. They were down by double digits, and by this point everybody knew the game was over with just a couple seconds left. But Carter found himself one bucket away from hitting the 25,000 point mark over his career, so they let him chuck up a three-pointer to try and break it. Unfortunately, the ball missed the mark, but he followed it up and slammed it home to break the historic milestone as the clock hit .5. I'm telling you, it was pretty darn fitting for Vince to accomplish this feat with a dunk. But this next play shows him affecting the game with a different method. Carter and the Dallas Mavericks were down by 2 points against the loaded San Antonio Spurs. The Mavs were in the playoffs here, and they needed a big play from somebody to avoid falling behind in the series. So with just 1.7 seconds left, Carter got the ball in the corner and he took a crazy contested shot as the clock expired, but he drained it and iced the game for the Mavs. I don't even know how he was able to get that shot off, let alone sink it with this kind of coverage on him.
1.7 to play. What kind of look is it going to be? It comes into the corner for the win. Yes! Yes!
But of course, that wasn't the only time Carter got the crowd on their feet. Here, Carter exploded onto the scene with the Mavericks when they played against the New Orleans Hornets. There were 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter, and Vince blew right past his defender with ease before rising up and dunking it all over the help defender at the rim. It was almost like these guys didn't know how explosive Vince Carter was off the dribble or something.
In just a moment, as Vince works on Bellinelli, just blew right by Marco.
And even when injured, Carter still had that athleticism that players dream about. Carter appeared to hurt his shoulder somewhere in the middle of this play as he stood in the corner kind of laboring through that injury. But with just a few seconds left before the first half concluded, Vince knew that he could muster up the strength for one more play. He ran towards the rim and dunked it down with 2 hands as the commentators yelled, "What injury?" The Golden State Warriors definitely didn't see that one coming.
Looks like Carter hurt himself on that play. It seems like he slipped after taking that jump shot.
And Carter, what injury!
Now, unfortunately, this next clip didn't end exactly how he would have hoped, but it was shocking nonetheless. Carter was back in college for this game, and he found himself sprinting down the floor with a teammate for a fast break. His teammate saw Carter with him and tossed the basketball off the backboard for Vince to fly through the air, catch it, and slam it down hard at the rim. Everyone was in shock that he was able to get that high up in the air, and through that distraction, he almost didn't realize that he actually missed the dunk, but just by inches. The other team was so caught up in the highlight play that they actually allowed Carter's team to sink a three-pointer anyways.
Carter.
All right, now let's take a trip back to when he was in his glory days with the Toronto Raptors, of course. Carter took it right at the Indiana Pacers here as he burst towards the rim and flew past defenders on his way to an up and around dunk to get the Raptor fans rocking. Watching it over again, you can just see 3 defenders standing around him, yet none of them could do anything to stop what just happened to him.
20 from downtown this year, 20 of the... Vince Carter!
Like, how did you do it? What made you do it?
Carter even performed like this during the All-Star game sometimes. The guy seriously didn't take a game off. Carter was taking on Kobe Bryant here out on the perimeter, and somehow Kobe was left with no help defender behind him. Carter realized this and burst towards the rim with nobody left to stop him and just unleashed on the rim with a 360 slam, getting the entire arena on its feet. He even had Bryant looking over at his teammates wondering where the backup was on that play. I guess those defenders knew what might happen if they tried to get in Carter's way.
Fractured wrist, will be out 4 to 6 weeks, so it's a tough break for Philly once again dealing with injuries.
The Brooklyn Nets were having an awful offensive possession, and the New York Knicks popped the ball up into the air a few times, causing the entire game to kind of go into scramble mode to try and recover it. That's when the ball found its way into Carter's hands as he burst towards the net and just unloaded a windmill jam to cap off the scramble and demoralize the Knicks team. That certainly was a mood killer for a Knicks team that thought they were going to come up with a huge stop on that steal.
And that inbounds pass contested by Robinson, saved by Harris, and it's the win.
And you know what else is demoralizing? How about losing a game off of an alley-oop? Carter flew up and over the defense to catch an inbounds pass that turned into an alley-oop. And these guys couldn't do anything either. The Raptors broke free on a fast break, and the crowd knew exactly what was coming when it started to unfold. Carter's teammate saw Vince on the outside sprinting in and lofted it right up for him to slam down to get everyone on their feet.
Until the next game. The pass. Chilcutt will come in. Taylor will come out.
Carter had a wide open slam where he brought his arm all the way back to bring it forward with some heat. But unfortunately, the shot just clanged off the rim and resulted in a miss.
10 seconds left. Raptors trying something new. Del Curry off the backboard. Carter cannot finish.
The Nets, Carter was able to fly down the court with his teammates to catch a pass in stride and just obliterate a Lakers player under the rim.
Kobe tripped over the back of the leg of Richard Jefferson. On the trail, Vince Carter.
All right, finally, we come to the final shocking play of this video. Here, Carter was running alongside his teammate during a fast break like we'd grown accustomed to, and Vince did not disappoint.
Ram it back, and a jailbreak for the Raptors. Counted 4-on-1 up top.